Welcome to Movie Awards 2021. So 2021 has been quite a good year for film, especially in the past few years. We've started to get the films opening up again, and we've actually just seen our first billion-dollar film, Spider-Man. So that's been great to see. There's been some good films, there's been some not so good films, and there's kind of been some in the middle. Now for these awards, I will be simply giving out the main award, of course, the winner, and for some of them I may end up giving out a kind of a honourable mention, if you would. Maybe I'll give one out honourable mention, maybe a couple, maybe none at all. So yeah. So for this there will be 7 awards, ending with the main one, of course, Best Picture. So let's get into it. So first of all, we have Best Cinematography. Now, cinematography can make a film look absolutely amazing, and the winner here is, without a doubt, quite obvious. I think it really made the film that it is, basically. And for that, the best cinematography goes to Dune. Now, Dune was it was a massive film. The scale was just absolutely huge, and it was great to see Denis Villeneuve make such a film, and with all these actors, it was a great film in so many ways. And with, of course, the cinematographer did an absolute good job, and I think, no doubt, in this one, Dune wins this. So next one, we have Best Visuals. Now this can include Best Visual Effects, or it can just include the what you're looking at, basically. Kind of not exactly production design, it's just more kind of the scale, more kind of the visual effects side. Now, I also believe that this is quite a easy one to judge, and so for Best Visual Effects, the winner is, of course, Dune, again, yeah. It was, once again, the scale of Dune was just absolutely huge, and it's one of the biggest films I've ever seen, even though it actually had only a budget of about 160 million, which is a lot, but I thought it was going to be a lot more for the scale that it was. But yeah, Best Visual Effects, or Best Visuals, goes to Dune. So the next one is Best Performance. This is just by any male or female role. This is the performance that I really enjoyed watching the most. Now it was a hard one to judge, but I managed to get through it, and I think the winner comes off just a small film. Came out in December this month, and it's on a Netflix film, and that is The Power of the Dog. So the winner for Best Performance is Benedict Cumberbatch for Power of the Dog. Yeah, it was a great film, I thought, and an even better performance, a real good performance, a lot of character depth, and a difficult role to play, actually. One where kind of his whole character just came towards it right together at the end. So yeah, it was a difficult role to play, but Benedict played it really, really well. So yeah, Best Performance, Benedict Cumberbatch. Now we move on to the most disappointing film. Now, this is kind of one I don't really want to give out, but I feel like kind of have to in some way. Now, just because it wins the most disappointing film, doesn't mean it was a bad film as such. The main thing is it just didn't live up to the expectations that it was meant to live up to, the expectations that I thought it was going to live up to, or just what it was just meant to be, and what we thought it was just going to be. Now I think the winner is a film that fits that quite well. It wasn't necessarily a bad film, but I think it just didn't live up to the expectations I thought that it was meant to be. That's why I have to give the most disappointing film to Dune. Now, some of you may say, why am I giving this award to Dune? But even though I thought the cinematography and the visuals and just the grand scale and so many aspects of the film was just absolutely brilliant, I thought if you just look a bit deeper into it and just kind of look more on the character and more of the smaller aspects of the film, I thought the film kind of just really lost a lot of what it was on the bigger scale. I thought there was very, very little character depth and kind of you following the character, and just a lot of the smaller aspects of the film I was very disappointed about. So I'm not saying it was a bad film, but I thought what I was hoping it to be, it just didn't live up to that. As I said, yeah, it was a brilliant film in many ways, but if you just look a bit under the roof a bit, it was think it just kind of just fell apart. Some of the smaller aspects just started just to lose a bit of its touch, and yeah. So for this award, I do want to give an honourable mention. It sounds kind of ironic, giving it to a disappointing film, but I do want to give an honourable mention to No Time to Die. The new Bond film. I thought it was just not very good. Basically, I thought the storyline was the main reason for a bit wrong. I thought some of the action sequences and some of the performances were brilliant, but I thought there were just too many characters. The film was trying to be too much for Daniel Craig's last outing, and a lot of the storyline was just messed up, and it was just trying to be too much. And the reason why I didn't give it the winner is simply because I wasn't expecting it to be much anyway. It didn't look as good as what a Bond film was kind of meant to be, and it's meant to be awesome and everything. So that's why I didn't give it the winner, is because I wasn't expecting it to be much, basically. But yeah, most disappointing film goes to June. Yeah. So next one, we have the most crazy stunt. I'm quite excited for this award, actually. Most crazy stunt. The stunt that just makes no sense. Just big. It's a stunt that you say that's CGI, and I kind of wanted to nickname it kind of the Tom Cruise Award, simply because Tom Cruise does all these crazier stunts. However, he actually performs it for real, and lots of these other films simply don't perform it for real, and they're just crazy. So I kind of want to nickname it the Tom Cruise Stunt Award, in honor of Tom Cruise actually doing the crazy stunts for real. So yeah. Anyway, the crazy stunt award was quite. After I found out that one of these films came out this year, I was like, yeah, there's going to be a stunt there somewhere in that film. And that is, of course, the Fast and Furious franchise. So yes, there was a new film, Fast and Furious 9, that came out this year. And as soon as I remembered that film coming out, I instantly knew that it was going to somehow win this award. So yes, the winner for the most crazy stunt award is Fast and Furious 9. And more in particular, the car swing scene where they kind of jump off the cliff, and it's all just very Fast and Furious. They're known for their crazy stunts, and well, they certainly didn't disappoint here. So yeah, most crazy stunt award goes to Fast and Furious 9. So then we get on to the last two awards. The first one is the most fun film. It's the film that isn't necessarily good. It's more just. It's mainly going to be a comedy film. The one that's going to fit here. You kind of say like my most favorite film or just the most fun film. It doesn't necessarily have to be good. It's a lot better if it's good. But it's just one that you just sit down and just laugh, and you could just watch it time and time again. And so yeah, the most fun film or favorite film, whatever you want to call it, we'll call it most fun, goes to the Suicide Squad. Yeah, I thought it was a lot better than the first one. The cast was just brilliant. It was a brilliant film. I thought it was just funny. It was stupid. It's one of those films where you could just keep on just watching over again, and you'll never get disappointed. And it's just fun, and it's just it's not necessarily the best film in the world, although it was very good in many ways. It's just one that you can just watch all over again, and it's just brilliant. So yeah, the most fun film award goes to the Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn. That is. I do also want to give an honourable mention to Don't Look Up. Now this film, it's very black and white. I feel like it's either a film that you love or you hate, and well, I kind of feel like I'm actually kind of in between that, to be honest. But in many ways, it was brilliant. I thought on the forefront, it was good. Some great acting, great actors, great cast. It was very funny, great story. Although I think certain aspects just didn't reach up to its potential, and I thought it was a bit like June. It just lacked a bit underneath, I think. And yeah, that's why I didn't want to give it a Best Picture. I wanted to give it a Best Picture, but having thought about it more, I thought I may as well just give it an honourable mention for the Most Fun award, because it really didn't deserve that. I don't think that kind of that best picture, because I don't think it had that much to it, although it was, as I said, a very fun film nonetheless. So now we get to the main award, and this is of course the best picture, best film, best movie, whatever you want to call it. This is one that it took me the longest to work out. Actually, I had all the other awards figured out, but this one I didn't know which one to give it to. I struggled with it, but I eventually, once I watched one particular movie, I instantly knew that was going to be the one. After lots of thinking, I watched this film, and it was going to be the one. Now there were one or two films that I haven't been able to see, mainly West Side Story, so I do want to give an honourable mention. Before I hand out the award, I do want to give an honourable mention to West Side Story, or possible honourable mention to West Side Story, simply because it is meant to be a fantastic film in many ways. In some are saying it's pretty much on par with the original, and so I just wanted to give a possible honourable mention, because if I had been able to see it, it may be up there, it may have even won it. So although I can't give it for obvious reasons because I haven't watched it, I do want to give that film an honourable mention. So yeah. I also want to give another honourable mention to The Power of the Dog. This is a film that, it was a very good film in many ways, although it all came together at the end, and if you were actually focused, if you could live through that whole 2 hours and watch it all come together at the end, and you could appreciate those kind of films, you would say, yeah, that was just a brilliant film. Although when I watched it, I kind of found myself just falling asleep towards the end, to be honest. And then when it all did come towards at the end, it just didn't feel as grand as what it was kind of meant to be. So it's probably one of the films that are probably going to get Best Picture at the Oscars, or at least a nominee, I'm sure. But I just, it wasn't a film for me, although it is meant to be very good. So I would also like to give that an honourable mention. So yeah. Although that cleared, we do need to give out the main award. So the winner for Best Picture is The French Dispatch. Yeah, I watched it a couple nights ago, and I thought it was brilliant. It was the first, apart from Fantastic Mr. Fox, I think it's the only Wes Anderson film I've seen, and I thought it was just brilliant in many ways. It was very well crafted. The music really all tied together. The story was brilliant. Well, there wasn't really much of a story, to be honest, for the main film. But yeah, it was. I just loved it. It was very well made. It was very enjoyable. Funny moments at times as well. Wasn't too long, which I think also for a film that it was, you didn't want it to be too long, otherwise you may just find yourself falling asleep. So I think time as well, there was, I think it was about an hour and 50, was brilliant. It was, well crafted. It was, it's a brilliant film and really, really enjoyable to watch as well. So Best Picture goes to The French Dispatch. There were, of course, many other films that, of course, didn't make the list. For instance, could be Quiet Place 2, could have won it. The Green Knight, that's meant to be very good as well. I think it's good. No Way Home. Now I know many people saying that it's awesome and it's brilliant. Fortunately, I didn't see it, and I thought it was just based off too much nostalgia. That's why everyone loved it, and I don't actually think it was possible Best Picture winner that's meant to be rumoured and everyone's wanting it to win Best Picture and all that. I just didn't see that. I thought it was a good film, but personally I actually prefer kind of Far From Home. But still, whatever, You also got Black Widow, which I know many people didn't like, but I really liked it, actually. You got stupid films like Free Guy and Jungle Cruise. King Richard, I don't know if I said that, but if I didn't, there's so many other great films, stupid films, great films, whatever, that some maybe could have easily have gone onto the list. But anyway, those are the 7 awards, with the Best Picture, the main one, going to The French Dispatch, which was, as I said, awesome film. Anyway, let me know what you think about those awards. Should I change it? What should I? Do you agree? Whatever. And 2021's been a great year for film, and hopefully 2022 is going to be even better now that COVID is dropping, and we're going to getting films such as kind of Top Gun and all that, which were meant to be coming out this year and even last year and stuff. So yeah, hopefully, yeah, I'm looking forward to it at least. So yeah. Anyway, though, that's been it though. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye for now.